We could, you know what? Let's just do R&B because I'm trying to stick with that trend right now.
There you go. Because there's not a lot of R&B artists, especially you might be the first one on the show.
Nah, man. I started
We
knowing.
need more R&B artists, especially male R&B, because
Women are killing it.
Let's start. Hold up.
Yeah, because women are killing it.
Oh, we starting. Talk
All right.
about it with Franjez. Today's special guest is an R&B artist from Hartford, Connecticut. Today's guest is Bryan Alfred.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm really happy to be out here in Yonkers with y'all. Appreciate the invite, Franjez.
Absolutely. Thank you
we
for
got a
coming
great
through.
chance to meet at an event that I did in New York, and we just hit out the vibe. And
Yeah,
now I'm
we're
here
gonna
with Sis
get
right
into
here, and
it.
we just having a great time.
Yes.
And today's co-host, please introduce yourself.
Yes, Kamey Gomez is here with you guys. Super excited. I know you're an R&B artist. I'm an R&B girly, so super excited to get into a little bit more about your journey and your music. And we were just kind of talking off the scenes and saying how there needs to be more male R&B artists nowadays. Definitely the R&B girlies have been killing it.
They killing it.
And really just, spearheading R&B music right now. But it's like, what happened to the guys singing their heart out? I'm tired of the women getting disrespected and dogged on the songs and degraded. It's like, I want to hear loving affirmations from a man.
Preach.
How do you incorporate that into your music?
Well, I think what I do is personally, I just try to align my own experiences and try not to lose the essence of what I wanted to do music for. So music for me was always therapeutic. Just writing out my feelings and creating different scenarios to go along experiences that I had. I do agree we need more of that in R&B. We do need more dominant males that, like you said, aren't afraid to sing to these women.
Right.
They got a couple hits. We got a couple boppers. We got a few of them out there, Breezy, Bryson Tiller, just off the top. Usher's still killing it. But we need some new faces. I feel like the women are definitely carrying the genre right now, for sure.
I want to know who are some of your R&B influences?
Oh, man.
And who are some of your favorites right now?
All right. So, I would have to say influences. Man, we could go back, right?
Let's do it.
I studied, R&B because primarily I didn't even start off as R&B. I want to say is I started off as a rapper.
Okay.
I thought I was a rapper. I was like, that's it. That's all I'm going to be.
What was your rap name?
My rap name was High Life.
Okay.
And, it was at a time where
Talk about that. Why High Life?
Oh, man. It was actually this thing that I ended up starting a group in college where we all just had the same passion for music. And there was never a group where it was just about learning the ins and outs of music and sharing tips and techniques. So we tried to start that up at Capitol. And then I kind of was like, all right, let me take that. That was really kind of my name. And it was just honestly a thing I picked at the moment,
Yeah.
It was kind of just something you want to forget about.
How did the transition from rap to R&B come about?
So I think what happened was one day I'm in the studio with a friend of mine, mind you, this 15-year-old kid in Puerto Rico, blessed to have a whole studio where the garage used to be.
Wepa, full body?
Full body.
Stop playing.
Ya tú sabes.
Stop playing.
Yes.
Dominican.
Okay. But we
Mi
still
hermano, ¿qué lo que?
we still fuck with you.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got the islands right next to each other. So, so he's just like, yo, you don't even know how to speak English in PR, and let's try to do a song. And I'm like, bet, I'm going to spit some bars. He was like, nah, I need you to sing. I'm like, I don't even know how to sing.
Okay.
So we sung. That 20-second clip saved my life, I
Wow.
would say, because it just made me obsessed with developing my skill set, developing the sound. And I feel like right now is definitely scraping what seems to be the best sound that I have created in a while, and I'm really excited about now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait. Why were you in Puerto Rico?
Oh, I was in Puerto Rico because I was living over there for high school. Went to go live with my father, and I got exposed to a lot of
you took over
the island.
No.
Hey, hold up.
I love it because these are great questions and it's opening up great answers. But I usually start off with where were you born, and it's actually Puerto Rico.
Yes, I was born in Caguas, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
My family from Yabucoa, Puerto Rico. So that whole area, of the southeast. That's my little island. That's home, man. That's home. Whenever I touch the island, it just feels like the air is different.
Yes, I feel the same way.
know?
Like I would live in Puerto Rico, just have a crib out there because I
real.
feel so comfortable. Like
No, for real. I would definitely do that in a heartbeat. That's what we retiring, people. You know, that's what you'll catch me in the future.
Okay.
But we in the now.
what about Spanish R&B?
So Spanish R&B, I started out doing Spanish music and PR. And it was at a time where Spanish wasn't as popular as it is now in the States. So when I came to the States, I was like, I got to switch up the game, right? Like, there was not hearing any of that. There was no Jay Wheeler out. There was no Bad Bunny out.
Yeah.
You know? So it was like, okay, let's switch it up. Let's get into R&B. And I just found it, and I found, like, I was like, all right, this is something I could really be good at. But I do have a couple Spanish tracks in the works.
Okay.
You know, that's some summer exclusives that we're going to drop. You know, definitely got to show my heritage and show where I, go back full circle where how it all started.
I love that.
Nice.
Well, we are gearing up for Puerto Rican weekend in New York City. I don't know if you guys celebrate over there in Connecticut.
Now we got to come out.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say pull up.
I'm pulling up.
Pull up to the east side. It's going to be lit. Like I go literally I
Say no more.
I go every year,
Yeah.
rep my flag to the max, and it's like I said, we need more male R&B, we need more Latino male R&B, Boricua male R&B.
Talk about
you
it.
know,
Yes.
so definitely pull up,
be
I
there.
would even love to see you on stage because I think that
Be fun.
people need to experience that. They need to know that there are other sounds and fusions and just like a lot of messages in your music. So for sure, pull up.
For sure, definitely. I think genre blending is such an amazing thing right now. And it's funny you bring that up. Like, one of the artists that I've been seeing, like, really uprising in New York. He's from New York, and he's Dominican. Is my boy, Darel El Amante. Like, he's fire. Like, he definitely, from what I could tell, he started off with the English realm, and now he's fusion that whole, like, romantic R&B
Yeah.
with the Afro beats.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
Oh,
right now.
that's fire.
So I think genre blending right now is definitely in.
For sure.
100%.
Got to tap into that side.
Back in the day, before the internet, it was just what you grew up around, we have access to, your friends, the radio.
Right.
Now with the internet, you could get influenced by Korean music up in New York.
Yeah,
Right.
UK drill or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I dropped a song called "Put It Down." That's an Afro beat with my little R&B spin, and it's "Give It to Me." My bad, "Give It to Me," and it's out right now, and it's a really good vibe, and I liked it. And for that one, I co-wrote with my boy Ace. Because like I really believe in collaborations. Like most of the time, I write all my stuff, but it was a great record to just get exposed to a different genre that I haven't really touched yet. So
yeah,
it was fun. to
I
get on
love that. I definitely want to share that as a New Yorican, we definitely need some like Spanglish, like R&B to really like represent. There's actually a track that I love right now. It's called "Falling for You." It's with Melly and Dia.
Yeah, nice.
And that's a really dope kind of like R&B, like Spanglish track.
Vibe.
So I'm like, definitely would love to hear from
you
you.
gotta
But
bring that
I
out.
also wanted to ask too, who are some of your favorites right now? Because Chris Brown is gearing up to celebrate 20 years of Breezy and
Killing it.
I want to know like who are some people that you're listening to on your off time?
So like, man, in the daily rotation, CB for sure. Surprisingly, like I'm really a four bats. I like four bats.
Yes,
I like
me
his
too.
vibe.
Me too.
I like the difference. I like how it's very moody but very pop, and
Yes,
it's like
it gives
it's
me kind
different.
of like the week, like older
Yeah.
Weekend,
like raw weekend vibes before he went pop. You know what I'm saying? like
and I
where
was
he
a
didn't care.
big Weekend fan before Pop Weekend.
Me too.
Yeah, the
Me
weekend fan was
too.
crazy. Then he cut his hair and he was like coke lines everywhere. We hear.
But honestly, I was just looking at his catalog 'cause he just dropped some music as well. And one thing I love about The Weeknd is that he kind of continues some of the old storylines in his music in his new music. So
like him
even
too.
though I'm not like full pop Weeknd fan, I will look through some of his newer music and
It's
be like,
still The
okay,
Weeknd. It's still
yeah,
him.
like, okay, he's
Yes.
back in LA, like what's happening with this
Yeah,
girl? Like, is he
yeah.
still in love with Bella Hadid? Like,
Hey, what's going
you
on?
know,
Right? It keeps
right.
us guessing, and that's the whole point. I think.
Right.
To the topic that you were talking off camera is just like any kind of publicity is good publicity nowadays. You know, even toxic is in. So it's
Do
like
you agree with that, Franjez?
part?
Of all publicity is good publicity, because sometimes we can see what happens when your reputation is damaged, especially with like big people like Nicki Minaj or like Ice Spice, or just other people in media, that it's like once you have that allegation, P. Diddy, you have that publicity on you is rough.
It depends on your agenda and your target audience and your brand. So putting your shit on the line is not always a good thing.
No.
Good publicity, I mean, bad publicity can be good for people that just want the clout and the eyes, and
Right.
the views and the streams. But if you want that core fan base that cares about you and trusts you, and you're a trusted brand, you're not going to play around with that.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
feel
gonna
like
play
if
with
you
that.
want the numbers, go with the clout. If you want the respect,
Be you
try a
from day
different
one.
route.
Yeah. Be open as possible, but 100% yourself.
Yeah.
authentic
For
is
sure.
true.
And I kind of wanted to ask you, how do you foresee yourself kind of being immersed into this lifestyle of music, of entertainment, of, dealing with female fans go crazy. You're probably hitting up your girl or, tour bus it. Like, how do
DM
you,
lit.
yes, like,
Crazy.
how do you foresee yourself kind of handling what comes with this lifestyle?
I just think I'm never going to stop shooting in the gym. Like, it's something that I do right now. Routine is something that's very important to me. Even though statistic wise we're not where we want to be, but I really move like I'm already there. Like, Monday is my get back to email day, pitching playlist.
Categorize.
Tuesdays is my writing new music, focusing on my self-production because I'm starting to make more beats now for my own self. And then Wednesdays are my rehearsals with my DJ. We rehearse the sets and so on. So I feel like it's definitely going to be something to adjust to. I'm really excited, honestly, because I've been working very hard to just live it. Not in a sense of where I already feel like I'm above anything, because I don't think that's what comes with it. But the responsibility of all eyes on you and just knowing that you really have to execute, that's just always been a thing. I love the challenge and I can't wait to rise up to it.
I love that. It definitely sounds like you exercising that muscle already. So when that time comes, you stood ready, so you didn't have to get ready.
Yeah, I'm just excited. Every day I treat it like it's just work. I work. Everybody works a day job until they make it, right? So I work a day job. I punch in 9 to 5, and when I get out, I tell people, if you're not punching in that 5 to 9 for yourself, what are you doing? You're just chipping away years.
Yep.
100%. Let's talk about your childhood a little bit. What type of kid were you?
Whew. Man, I was a wild one. I gave headaches, but I had such a free. I think I had such a free boundaries. I think my mother, in particular, she literally let me do anything. But I learned, de cantazo. That was just va a aprender a la mala, So she let me do anything. Then we always had conversations about it, and she was like, didn't go how you expected. And it was just always a learning experience. She was very nurturing.
I love that.
My parents divorced early on. So, at first it's kind of sad, but then I got 2 houses. I got 2 this or 2 that, right? I got 2 parents. So I was able to go live and see my father in PR and get exposed to that culture every summer and just kind of see what a man needs to be like. And just, I felt blessed. So I can't even say nothing bad about it. Yeah, there was tough times. There was times we couldn't eat. There was times where we didn't have it. But, man, I look back, I saw smiles. So that's it. Beauty in the struggle.
When did you come to the States?
I came to the States when my mom came out here. She came out here. And then I just kind of stood over here. But when I went back for...
what age was that?
What age? So when I came back over here, I was 18. I left when I was 13 to go over there for middle school and high school. It was a fun vibe. Every Friday we went to the beach. It was lit.
Nice.
It's ain't nothing like going to the school in the islands, man. I'm telling you. It ain't nothing like it. My cousins was out here man, they was shooting at us and doing this. Yo, one of our other cousins got locked up, man. Free him. And I'm like, yo, for real? Just popping a coconut on the beach, just chilling. I'm like, hey, that sound crazy, bro. I'm I don't understand that right now. That's past. That's the past lifestyle. We here.
You in paradise
for real.
They calling calling you from the trenches live. Like,
Nah, yeah. So I'm like, man, yo, put some money on it. Nah. But I came out here and I was 18, and that's when everything changed. You know, came back to kind of like what I call reality, right? Because the world continues. You know, I had a good time, and now I'd had to kind of bloom and blossom and take everything that I learned and run with it. So you know, that's what I've been doing. Just been honestly just developing, getting better, aging like wine, and just
Man.
focus. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. When your mom came here, she went to Connecticut?
Yeah, my grandmother was already over here, so you know it's just the thing to do. Shout out to grandma, man. Yo, listen, we don't talk about it enough, but like the people that come before you is the reason why you're here. So like I sat down with my grandmother and I asked her whole story, just because I wanted to figure out how we got here, and she was the reason why we got here, and it was through crazy struggle. And like I said, I think we should pay respect to those ancestors that you know kind of brought the family where we had to be.
Absolutely.
You know?
Tell us about the music going from Puerto Rico to Connecticut.
So, yeah, it was nothing but a learning curve. The culture was different. The way people dressed was different. I had to adjust. You know, I was real playero, I was out here with the mullet. We talking about the mohawk, the little pollina. You know what I'm saying? It was different because we was just out there. And I came out here and I'm like, I bet I got to get back into myself in Hartford, myself in BA. You know, having conversations with myself. It's healthy, people. Don't worry about it. But, yeah, we had to come over here. Learned everything all over again, and I think it was just a fun time. I feel like that's where I experienced the most self-learning, was when I had to start. I felt like I had to start all over again, because over there I was doing reggaeton. It was different, you know. It was a whole nother bag.
And then in Connecticut, you're listening to what?
It was R&B. It was hip hop, mostly rap at the time. You know, like it was mostly like just the new trap and like new type of people, and yeah, it was just getting used to the fact that like, you know, you have to put in the work every day as an independent artist. It wasn't playtime anymore. So, you know.
what made you want to get into music?
Oh man, like I said, I've always loved music. I remember playing like PlayStation, my mom doing her hair, and I'm listening to like 112 on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Peaches and Cream.
Yes.
Like, all these other records that they had. And I'm over here like young as hell. Shouldn't be singing these
Vibing,
records. I'm vibing. I'm like,
Peaches and Cream.
ooh, I get it 'cause you know that I'm a fiend. That's right.
Right, like.
You know what I'm saying? Like as I'm over here just spraying web on people with Spider-Man. Like, nah, it was just funny, yo. It was just funny as hell.
You like, I don't want to bust guns on the game. Like, I
Nah.
want to vibe
We
in the
vibing.
crib. Right.
Vibing, yes. So I just always loved music. Like shout out to the people around me. Like my mom was a very heavy freestyle. She liked fast type of music. So
Yeah.
like even rap, like all that stuff was introduced by her. My dad was into rock. I'm over here like, bro, you live in PR. What are you doing listening to rock? My G, I thought you was going to put me on to like some salsa or anything else, right? That was like the last thing he put me on to.
Wow.
He literally put me on to like all his favorite rock bands, like the videos. Like I know pretty much all Guns N' Roses, his Trajectory. Like it was a good experience because I felt like I got the best of both worlds, you know, and I was able to kind of bridge what I call my sound now.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Have you always been kind of in tune with your emotions and able to like put that into your music, or is that something that is like a vulnerable experience for you to do and push through in a writing session?
That's a really good question. I want to say that COVID, right? After COVID, I went through a very tough time in my life. And things kind of really seemed lost. It was dark. And before that, I feel like I was writing music the wrong way. I feel like I was writing music because this is what I thought people wanted to hear. I was writing music. I was, trained to look at the Billboard records, see what's hot, see what's trending. And that's cool. That's what you're supposed to do with music that you love. But if I didn't go through those experiences that I had to go through, I don't think I would have eventually gotten real like I did with my EP Love Story. So like I titled it Love Story, but it's a breakup album. And it was the first time where I felt very vulnerable. I produced 2 tracks on that EP. So I got time to like really like every fiber of the record like just create it. And I think that was when I said, you know what? I want to definitely, write music that people are going to resonate to, but I want to write music that people are going to feel better. Like, I'm not going to follow no trends. I'm not going to go for, like, what's popping on the charts. Like, I feel like how I'm feeling, if people that are gonna follow me and people that are gonna be like, yo, like I fuck with Bryan Alfred, or I want to follow BA's journey, like they're gonna feel every emotion I'm feeling from here on out.
I love that. Would you say this project is a compilation of heartbreak experiences, or is this a sole dedication to one person?
Oh man, that's such a complex question.
Open up. Is it about one person?
I see why you brought her. Nah. Yeah, vamos a hablarle pues. This definitely I think was a compilation of like many heartbreaks, many learned lessons, many ups and downs, and that's why I called it love story, because like I started with "Don't Be Falling," which is the initial of every relationship. You guys find each other, the vibe is right, y'all talking, but y'all not taking it serious. So it's "Don't Be Falling," and the next is "Alone." Starts to progress. We get past all the, nighttime affairs, and things start to get real. So then it's like, yo, I want to be the only one you call.
Yeah.
Those are lyrics on the record. Then things take a turn with 444. Relationship gets stale. Things end up getting monotone and just very repetitive, and you start to question, why are you even here? And the next calling, like in every relationship, there's a winner and a loser, and I hate to say it like that, but I feel like the person that wins is the person that is able to respectively move on. And again, I feel like we all win and lose, right? Whether like you left or you didn't, or you got left. So in this song, X Calling, it was just that, because they always be calling.
They always come back. They always come
They
back.
want to spin the block again, but we can't do that here.
Okay.
How do you feel about that, communicating with your exes?
No, I think that's a no-no.
Going backwards
What
is
you mean?
100% no?
Nah, I tell all my boys, man, I'm like, yo, if you done with shorty, then you got to do no contact. That's one of the realest forms of healing.
But they always break no contact.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, I don't. I keep
I
it a
don't.
buck. Like, I'm like, listen, if we done, we done. Like, you gotta understand, there's levels of done, and when I'm done, I'm done. Like, I block you on everything. I block you on your fake accounts, your real accounts.
Me too.
Like, WhatsApp.
Me
You
too.
ain't gonna reach me. You better get a fucking pigeon.
You
to come
bet. Yo,
teach me.
I was just gonna say, you better
get
send
a
a
pigeon
motherfucking
to
bird.
get me.
You better send a bird to that bitch to see
Better.
what the fuck I'm doing.
Cause I'm outside and I'm doing me, and you ain't gonna know nothing.
And we elevating, going up, bitch. Send the pigeon.
But one thing I don't do is I don't block.
I block.
No, I unfollow.
I block
But you-
though, because it's like now you're extra tight. Now you gotta create a fake page or
Of
go on
course.
somebody's page to
Of
see my
course.
page.
And I get that.
Like I want you to take the extra efforts. I want you to, when you see somebody block you, even if you don't really fuck with them like that, or you just beat, you're like,
Wow.
Like-
the audacity.
everybody always has a reaction when you
Yo,
block them, even
it's
if
like,
you
what?
don't give a fuck.
It's like the audacity.
You just look at, you see account not found. You like, wait a minute.
It's worse when it's from someone that you had no idea the way you feel
Exactly.
that way. Like,
You're like, what did I do to you?
It
Like,
happened to me a few months ago. I had
Nah.
to reach out.
like, yo, we straight?
That's the difference
Yeah.
between
What
both
franchise
of
did
us
he on that?
Geminis, because I ain't reaching out,
Oh, y'all
bitch. You
some
blocked me.
Geminis. Oof.
It was a business thing though.
Oh, okay.
I had a guest on the podcast. He owned an auto body shop. On his personal page, we followed each other. We're networking and all that. But on his auto body page, I'm like, bro, I can't
Tag you or
I can't
nothing.
tag you. I can't even find you. I think I'm blocked. He's like, no way, you're blocked.
And he was blocked.
He blamed it on the guy running the page. I don't know why, but I was blocked.
That's weird. Like, very weird.
weird.
That was funny, man. Nah,
But
the reason why I don't believe in blocking is because, like, best revenge is success. I need you to see this. I need you to feel it. Because, like my new single says, I'm not an option. Number one, baby, not the top 10. So,
oh, talk about
You gonna see that.
it. I love that. I kind of want to know, what are some like key experiences or lessons that you've learned, when it comes to your love story?
you gotta love yourself. I feel like we say it, but we don't really like know what that means.
Yeah, what does that look like for you?
For me, I had to take like 2 years alone, like not solitary, right? Like just 2 years alone without trying to get romantic with anyone or like any distractions. Like I literally like got back into the gym, got back into the music, started hanging out with friends again. Because once you get in a relationship that isn't like healthy or unbalanced, you start to lose focus on those things. Like friend groups are important, your own time is important. Like we don't have to always be together, right? Like you have your friend group, I have my friend group. That is healthy. That's totally okay. And that's something that, people don't understand now because it's all about toxic culture. It was what makes the sales. So everybody want to be like, where the GPS at? Where's this? Like, yo, shorty, you not getting my GPS. You lucky I show up when you call. Like it's to the point where we got to build. We building. Like, nah. Like, but yeah, that's just really it. Like,
what would you say is your love language?
My love language, definitely, physical touch. I think almost everybody is, but I'm a physical touch person. I need you to show me that you care.
Yeah.
And physical touch is more than just being intimate. Like, there's levels of intimacy. I'm also a giver. I like working through service. Acts of service is one of my love languages. I love just doing stuff for the person I love. Like, if I rock with you, then you're gonna know by my actions. Like, my words can't tell you what I'm already doing for you.
Would you consider yourself a lover boy? Are you a certified lover boy?
I have my CBM. Yo, certified lover boy. That's funny. I would consider myself to be 50-50, right? Because you got to have the guard up.
Half lover boy, half savage.
I mean, there's a side, right? We all got a savage side, right? But like right now, I'm definitely just, guard up, focus. We just get into the bag.
You think guard up is good?
I think it's allowed me to like see through the red flags so much more within just people, not just like obviously females or like just seeing like people for what they are, because you're just that determined to, you're just that good within yourself. Like you can read people more. And I think that's a very important trait, being able to read people, especially in the world that I'm navigating in. I got to read people for who they say they are and who they want to be, and also who they claim to be and what they can gain from me. So like I have to think of different aspects when I make friends and when I make acquaintances or, like it's just what it is. One person told me, they said no one's going to ever do anything for free. And if they're doing it for free, it's because they're expecting something in the long run. And that's truth. I do believe in genuine people, right? Like I got a band of brothers that, they'll do anything for me, I'll do anything for them. But everyone needs something. Everyone has that kind of agenda at the end of the day where they feel like they don't have to mention it, but, they feel like, hey, some kind of recognition. So it's just the world we live in. But I'm okay though, right? Like
you mean in like relationship wise? Like,
I mean,
everybody has an agenda. Like you gotta watch out who you're dating.
Just with a natural like give and take relationship, like you could give to somebody, and it's like even if you think you giving freely, is always a price tag. Whether that is like recognition or giving somebody their flowers in the end, or expecting them to put you in position later on. It's like you said. I agree with you. I think that there are certain genuine people that just do shit like off the love and off the strength, and those people are rare earth angels.
Appreciate them.
And then there's people that will be more calculated and be like, okay, I'll do your podcast, but when I need my podcast edited next week,
you better be on
you
it.
better pick up the phone.
Nah, yeah, there's people
not
like
that I need you to edit my podcast, but
I don't know what I walked into.
imagine I'm starting beef with Franjez. Like,
what's going on here? Like, I thought we were talking about options. But nah.
But next week,
we
on next week's episode,
we're coming back live.
Amazing. Do you think Heartbreak made you a better artist?
Yeah, for sure. Damn. For sure. And
talk about
I
that.
experienced
Why?
heartbreak in two different ways, right? Like heartbreak through a partner, and also, one thing I don't really talk about a lot, like I had a baby girl. I had a baby girl named Amora Sky, and she was so beautiful. She was born, and when she was born, they really they rushed us into a room and started talking to me and the person that I was with at the time, and they were like, listen, like, your baby might not make it past 2 months. So God gave us 2 years with her. Wow. And in those 2 years, I went through one of the most heart and tug and pull the most craziest tug and pull situation I've ever been through. Because my daughter, she was born with Oda syndrome, cerebral palsy, and she just had a bunch of notches on the belt that we don't want to have. And it was something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, to see something that you partaking and creating, having to live like that. But she's my angel right now. She's the reason why I feel like I had a rebirth in this, and why I feel like I put the battery pack in my chest, and the reason why I can't let no situationship, no any friendship or anything hold me back, because like you don't only get one chance. We got one ride, and I'm trying to live it to the fullest. So I got to
Sorry
do
for
it.
your loss.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely.
Thank you.
You know, my heart aches and goes out for you. I'm wondering, what was the biggest thing that, you know, you've learned about like fatherhood and manhood during that time?
I mean, man, when I saw the person that I was with give birth, it made me respect women differently. It definitely is like, you know, like I'm glad I'm a guy. Like that. Y'all go through a lot.
Straight
it's
up.
crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, that definitely taught me a lot. It definitely taught me, like I said, appreciate life. Like I felt like I was giving away years in a situation that I was in that wasn't serving me, but I was serving it. And time kept going by. The calendar kept switching months, and I'm like, but what happened about the music? What happened with your dreams? What happened with your goals? You just gonna let that die? Because now you in service? Because you have a whole other life? So around the time that this all happened, I was actually starting to get back into the music and focus in, and I had to kind of walk with a limp through it, because I had to deal with that, and I had to deal with the fact that we were making headway and certain events that I was running at the time to kind of get back up. So it was definitely a tough situation, but I feel like it made me stronger, and it made me appreciate life.
You ever made a song about someone that you didn't want them to hear?
Yes. They haven't heard it yet. They haven't heard it yet. Listen, they haven't heard it yet, but when it come out, I feel like they're going to feel personal about it. Yeah. It's called Doing Too Much. So,
Now you know.
now you know.
Everybody's going to look out for that song now.
Drop a teaser, drop a snippet.
Little something
We
later.
need it.
You know, we got it. You know, y'all heard it here first.
So talk a little bit more, you know, about this project. Your EP is out, Love Story.
Yeah, so Love Story is out. That I want to say was the pivotal moment where I started to actually get a core fan base. You know, once you give people a substantial body of work, they're able to kind of like, it's kind of like a series.
Yeah, they able to be more invested.
Yeah, like if you're just giving them singles are great, but that's the market right now, right? Like until you build something, singles are great. But I feel like sometimes when you give them a body of work, like the EP was just 4 songs. It's a nice snippet. So it was a nice little car ride. They could listen to that on a car ride. And I feel like that's what I kept getting. I was like, man, this is dope. I'll be listening to it on the way back home from work, or road trip. I'll be popping it in there. So I'm like, okay, I'm kind of going with that vibe. Like I got vibey late night chill music. So but right now we just dropped a new single called Options. Again, reminding people that we not an option.
Okay.
And we're just working heavy on it. We just this is following up the single Put It Down that had some really great success in the stream. And I wanna
That's
say
the Afrobeats fusion.
No, Give It To Me is the Afrobeat fusion
Okay.
that did great. Put It Down is this R&B record that I did with my boy Edwin Ramos. Shout out to him. And it gained a lot of traction on social media. Like half of it was good, half of it wasn't. Nah, for real, just being that ass.
That's how it is.
The trend was to pretty much like make fun of me, but in the birth of that, I truly found my real fan base. Like people that were really rocking with me. Like I had so many DMs like, bro, forget the haters, they're crazy, your music's fire, you know, and stuff like that and so on. And it actually opened up a lot of doors that I never knew were there, because, you know, at the end of the day, I just want to tell people, like, don't stop. You don't know who's watching. Like,
Yes.
I was like, nobody's watching. You don't never know, right? And then all of a sudden something big happens, and then you get these phone calls, you get these DMs. You just get people trying to reach out and give you some advice. Take the advice. I definitely did, and I appreciate every one of those people that reached out during that time last summer. And right now, we're just trying to do it back with a better flair. Like, we got Options and Paul Maserati out right now. I kind of fused R&B with drill with Paul Maserati.
Okay, that's fire.
You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna start getting into New York, so I gotta kind of bop with you guys, you know, a little bit. I know what they like out here. And Options was just another one for the core fan base, you know, another just prevailing that type of love and just making sure that you understand that you are not an option, even if they treat you like one. So, yeah, so those are the 2 records we got right now. You know,
When's your birthday?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay.
Yeah. I said
Say
that
it with your chest.
Firmly. You know, I'm between two Geminis here. That's why I was like, hold on, I gotta protect my fire over here. The archer's looking lonely. Nah. Hold up.
We bringing the air. Fire put out now.
I'm like, oh man.
Wildfire started.
Man. Now we in Cali. Hold up.
I don't know nothing about that stuff.
I don't know. Yeah, nah.
What was the first piece of music you ever bought or downloaded or whatever that was yours? Your first one?
I mean, I didn't buy it, but I went to a library and got the Life After Death Biggie album and never returned it. So technically it was mine.
Yeah, that's the first one.
That was the first piece of work.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
If you could collab, sorry to cut you off,
good.
but you just reminded me, like I was just started thinking of Biggie. I'm like, if you could collab with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Man, like, I mean, he would definitely be on the list. But I think, you know, I definitely would try to reach out to, like, Big Pun. Because, like, I feel like he's definitely someone in my Latin community, right, that, like, they don't really talk about him like that, but he was definitely in the round of time with Biggie and Pac, and he was doing his thing, and you know he's the reason why Fat Joe got to where he was at. So like I said, man, I think he was definitely different for me to see somebody from where I was from, spit, make music, make different kind of music, you know, collab with Tony Sunshine, collab with different artists. I thought that was a dope thing. Like if we talking Dead or Alive, that one. We talking Michael Jackson for sure. If I could do a song with Michael, just a sliver. Like he just ain't even got to put a whole verse. He can give me 8 bars. Like I would over the moon. Like that's why I feel like when people were attacking Drake, you know, after MJ passed and he used MJ's vocal on the new album after he passed.
Yeah, don't matter to me.
I feel like people need to like understand like that was like anyone would have done that if they had the opportunity. I would have took the vocals like, you know, that's a true moment that he couldn't live. So yeah, Dead or Alive, those 2 people right there. I mean, the list goes on, but just to give you a little bit of an example.
Speaking about Drake, how do you feel about the Drake and Kendrick situation, you know, especially what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to like streaming services and different like DSPs and the labels being at play and the numbers going down? Like, what does that mean to you as an artist? And then also like, where do you just stand with the whole like Drake and Kendrick beef?
So those are 2 points that you touched that I think need different answers, right?
Yeah.
I think the whole label kind of getting against you or insinuating or making it look like they're against you is kind of crazy. There's a bunch of clips that surfaces talking about that they're asking Siri to play the new Sexy Songs for You, and then Not Like Us comes out instead of the Drake songs. So like, I don't know what's the reality of that, but if it's true, I think it just kind of makes the wanting to make it part a little bit less desirable. Because I don't know about y'all, but I feel like Drake has delivered almost 20 years of successful summers. He's given us bops and anthems. Shit, I done had heartbreaks listening to Marvin's Room.
Right.
And all types of shit.
Literally.
So I feel like for them to do him
Drake
like
helped
that,
me get through like my first like heartbreak.
Let's go.
Like, how can you discredit that man that is engraved
like I feel
in your heart?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We all been a Drake.
Deep.
He's
was all a Drake
engraved in
fan.
mine.
We was all a Drake fan at one point. You know?
I'm still a fan. Absolutely.
I'm still a fan too, and that's why I like. As soon as you started talking about this, I was like, "Oh my god!" Because we talk about it so much on the pod as well, and then just hearing everybody talk about it. My standpoint is this. My standpoint is I'm with Drake. Don't hate me. I don't discredit Kendrick and what they ended up being able to accomplish. But if we're talking about beef, I feel like he put out a pop record and mentioned my boy's name and, you know, a couple jabs here or there, but it was a pop record. It was a hard record, right? Made you dance, made you bop. And I think that's what won it. But if we're talking about skills and merit, I don't think they went bar for bar.
I don't think Kendrick can compare to who Drake is as an artist. Like, you cannot compete where you don't compare.
100%.
And I think that they're so different in so many different ways that you have no choice. Like, even if you want to pick a side or whatever, it's like you have no choice but to respect it. You know, if you want to be a Kendrick fan and fuck Drake, whatever, like, okay, go ahead and do that. But it's like, you cannot negate all of the pain that Drake has put in, the talent that he has, the star quality that he has, and who Drake is in music.
You know what people hold against him? That if you're reading this, it's too late. How he had co-writers and stuff. People discredit him. because of that
people like that's a tired narrative, and they need to give it up.
Nah,
and
you know what it is?
honestly,
in the rap game, it matters. The authenticity
it
matters.
don't matter. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you
to be
why.
the top, it does matter.
It matters depending on who you are, because there's a bunch of rappers out here that are getting their bars written by other people in the studio.
And they're not number one.
And yeah, but you would sit here and bop to that song and be like, oh, that record is hard, and think this person is the littest artist ever.
But
you don't know that they
person
co-wrote that.
But you'll never put that person number one. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between a Drake and somebody that just always had co-writers.
Beyonce don't write her own songs.
Yeah, but that's mute. That's what R&B, pop. I mean, when it comes to rap lyricism, that's what it is. That's why that project did harm to Drake's.
But that's my thing. Drake is beyond a rapper, But
that's what I mean. When it was him and Kendrick, it was about lyricism and it was about rap. It wasn't about pop. It wasn't about singing. It was rap and rap.
I 100% feel confident that Drake can write his own bars and come up with some heat. 100%. So anybody that got the narrative of, oh, he got a ghostwriter, he can't rap, he don't even write his own raps, it's like, bro, if that's the only thing that y'all have to say, you might as well zip it. You feel me? Because he didn't get this far just by other people writing his shit. I don't even want to go so deep in the Drake rabbit hole because we're here for you.
Yeah. Nah, but just to add on to that, like, is Drake a rapper to you?
Yeah. Okay. Well, not only.
No, he's an artist.
But he's a rapper. He's a rapper. Yeah. But one of his titles. One of his titles is rapper. 100%.
And for you, what is he?
He's an artist.
And that's where I feel like
he's a megastar.
Draws the line, right? I don't look at Drake as Drake that rapper. I look at Drake as a pop sensation.
Yeah.
If Justin Bieber were to get a song written, if Chris Brown were to get a song written, which he got a lot of them written,
and he was rapping on them too.
But he executes well. And to say, like, I feel like if we're looking at, if this was like in the era of like MCs and when it was like way back, then that's a foul play. You're supposed to really write your bars.
This is not the 90s.
I still feel like if you're just a rapper and you're getting your bars written, evaluate yourself. But at the level that Drake is at, right, I don't think it should be a big deal if he takes a flow and writes to it. Like, if he takes a whole song, then that's kind of crazy. I really don't think that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you get to a point where you're just on go. And if you're getting fed hits, why not? Like, it's different because I'm an R&B singer, so I'm coming from the aspect where it's acceptable in my genre to do that, right?
Uh-huh.
I just think that's the whole point where people still see Drake as the rapper, and when they want to get into the technicalities of lyricism and who's writing these records, they want to talk about that. But, I mean, hey, how many hits he got compared to K-Dot?
Right. And let's look
that's all I'm going to say on it.
Yes. I just wanted to bring up one last point about like Drake and somebody like Tory Lanez, who is like also very like melodic and super creative and also uses a lot of samples in his music. And I think that there's a big distinction of like using samples in R&B and using samples in rap, Yeah. So I kind of wanted to get your stance on that as well, because so many people would say, oh, well, Drake, he stole this flow. But it's like, okay, Tory stole 15 people's beats and made a whole, a whole project out of it.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to know just your thoughts on like sampling. Do you have any beats that you love that you're looking to hopefully get cleared one day, or what's your thoughts?
Yeah, there's a couple of joints that I think I definitely want to get cleared one day. We ain't gonna talk about it because I'm, they in the tuck. But my thing about sampling, I'm like, they've been doing sampling since back, like, in Netflix, they had, I think it was Get Down, which it was a series
the Get Down. I was supposed to be in that show.
That's lit. That's crazy.
Yep.
But if you notice, like, they were highlighting the initial start of everything, and everything was a sample. Mm-hmm. Every beat that the hits were on were samples. Like, nothing was original. So I think sampling is dope when you do it right. I feel like if you get lazy with the sample and you just kind of ride on that. Like, I'll give a personal experience, right? I did a song named Driver. And the song Driver, I sampled Pony. And I sampled the main hook. But because I used it twice in a bridge, instead of just sampling it one time, I think it was just too much of the Pony sample is where it lacked the originality and the authenticity of just kind of like sampling it. Because when you sample something, you're not supposed to kind of let it be known, right? Like Drake samples Aaliyah all the time. And we don't know it until we actually start to pay attention. And one of my records, Put It Down, people think, oh, you stole that song from this person, that person. They all wrong. Like it was a sound that I found on Splice that had a sampled Brent Faiyaz vocal on it. And he was singing Put It Down. So when I kept hearing that sample, it sparked the creativity. And I feel like a lot of times I actually turn to a sample to get my pen going. And then for this instance, we deleted it, took it out, but my version was completely different from the one. It was honestly like a 2-second clip of him just saying Put It Down in the melodic way that sparked that creation. So I think it was dope. But sampling to me is really cool. I think it should be a part of the game. I think if you get mad about it, then you're in the wrong genre.
Yeah.
Like, this is this urban music for a reason. Like, we flipping, we remixing, we making songs better.
Right, we mixing, matching, getting creative. When you in the kitchen, you got nothing to eat.
Yeah.
You doing whatever, you
You'll
know?
make it happen. You'll
Yep,
make something happen.
that's a fact.
Yeah, sampling is beautiful. I'm all for that.
Yeah,
you
there was
really make some really beautiful music inspired by old music.
Yeah, there was a page named R&B Bass, and they're like one of the big R&B bloggers, like out here, media outlets, you know, they call it. And I like this one take he would do is he would show the hits that are on the Billboard records now, and then he would reveal what the original sample was. And I thought that was so incredible that out of 10 records, 9 of them were from a different song.
Yeah.
And it was just, they broke it down, did it their own way. So, like, there's nothing new under the sun, but, you know, we all have a unique flair, a unique take on it. So I think that's what is going to forever outlast anything. You know, how you authentically get approach on a track.
Like we were talking about Drake, it's like the greatest artists of all time don't need a co-writer, a ghostwriter, a producer. They literally do it all by themselves. So that's number one. But then it trickles down to people using samples, people using co-writers. It's just all different types of artistry. But the most, you know, successful and the most well-known are the people that are just, it just pours out of them.
Russ.
There you go. He makes all the beats. He's into
do it
the
all,
production. He's into
Yeah.
everything, the engineering.
Yeah,
the
Charlie
writing.
Kanye West.
Charlie Pluth is also an incredible. I think people sleep on him. Like he writes for mad women in the game, and he does all his, like, this one hit he had. He was just messing around with a voice note and like a pen, and then it just became a hit. And I'm like, man, that type of stuff is like dope. Like, that's the level I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Where I could just hit this table right quick and be like, oh, I hear a hit record.
Hit.
Like, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Like
Yeah.
Timberland when he
It's
goes,
that natural.
where he creates his own slap. He creates his own snaps and claps and everything. So it's just like, use the tools we got.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. What's your writing process?
I think my writing process, I look for, if I'm not making the beat, I look for a beat that speaks to me. But if I'm making the beat, I try to look for a theme or a mood. And, you know, in R&B, you kind of stick around the minor chords. You stick around to certain BPMs. And I feel like I like to start with the hook. To me, the chorus is the most important part of every song. And I feel like if I can't listen to this hook and 2 hours later it pop up back in my head and it's not strong enough, you know? And I really love when I write a hook, I sit on it. I don't try to rush for the verses. I'll actually go around and actually show a couple people the hook. And when they'll text me like, yo, bro, I had that hook in my head, that's how I know I got something there. Because if it's catchy and it stays in someone's head, and you know it's catchy for other people. Because sometimes as an artist, you're too close to the painting to be objective of your music. So I go to a lot of people that I know I'm not going to get yeses from.
I like that. Can't keep yes men around you.
Nah, I need some heavy
Some
criticism.
real ones. Yeah, that's going to give it to you raw, uncut, and honest.
Yeah, I need people to be like, it ain't it. Like, I need people to be as raw as the people.
That shit is whack.
For real. Like, be as raw as the people in my comments are.
100%.
I wanted to actually challenge you and all of us for a brief intermission segment of us creating a little R&B track
I'm with it.
real quick, okay?
I'm with it.
So it'll kind of start. I'm going to leave it to start with the expert. It'll start with you. And then I'll prepare my vocals
Oh, she said.
to continue. And then Franjez, you will take it away and,
He gonna swag it up.
I
Like,
don't sing. What do you mean?
I don't sing either.
Oh my
But we're
God.
Swag it
singing
up.
today. All right?
I'll do my best.
So start us off either with like a theme, a word, a verse, you know, and we'll try to piggyback.
so we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there for that. Is that a separate segment? Or are we doing that right now?
No,
Right
we're
now.
doing it right
Right
now.
now?
We're
Damn.
doing it right now.
All right.
A topic, a word,
Topic.
podcasting, love, heartbreak, food.
Definitely
driving,
something
2-hour
around
drive.
R&B, so
Connecticut,
definitely
New
something
York.
around love.
Something around love.
What's your current perspective on love, or
Oh man, it depends, right? I get into different moments. Like when I'm writing records that was for a different time, I could get into that emotion. Like I could like almost cry.
wow.
Like when I'm writing, like when I wrote Ex Calling, I was tearing, but I had already healed from it. But like I got back into it. So it depends, like what we doing, right? Like we could just do a random
Let's
topic.
say 2025 love, current love.
Yeah,
If
like
we're
what
gonna-
you're looking for.
If we're gonna
yeah.
do 2025 love, then I think the people are gonna be like, let's talk about the side pieces. Let's shout out the side pieces, because that's all everybody has in 2025.
What about you though?
Nah. See, I don't play those games. You know, I keep a main. You know, that's it.
Okay,
I don't need no time
all
for
right.
nobody.
That's the verse right there.
So that's it. A main one.
Okay, main
That's
one.
the topic. Main one.
All right.
All right. Now let's get some subtopics for the man right here. Very cultured man. I don't know if you know this guy right here, but this guy is everywhere. When he invited me to be on his podcast, I had to take a look at his whole entire network and empire. I was like, damn, this guy, he doesn't stop. I'm like, are we gonna go eat after this? Like, am I gonna be on a video? Like, I'm down. Like, what are we doing? Like, hey, let's talk about it. Like,
I like
spicy
that.
food's bad with me. Let's get into it. Like, nah. But definitely give me some subtopics so we can start something.
All right, so
Just yeah.
2025 love.
And you said main thing.
Like a main thing. See,
Main
that's already
thing.
it.
That's
right
what
there.
I'm
That could already
saying.
be it right there.
All right.
Main thing.
I wanna be your main thing. I
Hey.
don't wanna do the same thing.
Oh, she already wrote the record. Hey.
What?
Said I wanna be your main thing. Hey, listen. Yeah. She don't wanna be the side thing. We got two Geminis and a Sagittarius in the building. Yeah. Nah. When I heard that,
Franjez, take it
saying,
away.
I'm
I don't
saying,
care.
I can add to maybe the lyrics. I like
He gonna be like,
writing,
oh.
but
yeah.
Right, you with the ad-libs.
Hey, skirt. Let's get with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, nah. Yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna circle back to part 2.
That was
We
good.
actually
Give it
gonna
up for
drop
main
it.
thing.
Main thing. She a main thing. We're gonna collab on this.
your main thing.
I'm gonna
I
come
like
to New York
that.
and we're gonna collab on this. That's it. We're gonna
And
get
get in the
Franjez to do
studio,
the.
yes.
We're gonna do the. He has
I'll
to
do
do
the
like the
video.
intro. You gotta do
Yeah.
the
I'll do
intro
the
too.
intro. I'll
like-
do the video. I'll
like
do the act.
Edit the
everything.
video.
There you go. I'll
Like, you know,
edit
the
it.
Metro Boomin on his beat. You're gonna be like, Franjez, touch this right.
I'm
here."
in. I'm in. Let's do that. I'll produce it.
You know, or it could be like him taking a bite, like crunching on something. Like
The
it gotta be
intro.
on brand. We can't be off
A
brand.
nice crunch will be nice. A nice Cuban sandwich.
Oh, pa cuando?
Yo. So Brooklyn, that's the first time I met you, first time I saw you. You blessed the stage. You were last.
Yes.
That's a big deal. How'd that all come about?
For the Brooklyn Music Kitchen, shout out to Breaking Sound. It was a really good company. They reached out to me. They saw some of the reels that I've been producing with my brother Paul Maserati. We've been going in real hard with these reels, and I feel like, thank God to these reels that things like this have been able to come forth. And Breaking Sound reached out, and they were like, "Hey, you want to do New York? You want to do Brooklyn?" I said, "Brooklyn, we in there, man. Like,
We in Brooklyn,
It ain't
at.
even a question, Like, I'm definitely trying to take the New England by storm before I head out to the West Coast. So that was fun. And when I got there, let me paint the picture, right? Because, like, man, I'm from the South End of Hartford, right? They will put a pretty flyer. They'll put someone else's club on the flyer, and you get there, and you're just like, damn, tu un chinchorrero, esto parece una porquería. Damn. Like, what we doing here? There's like 50 people limit. Like, no, nah. There's some good clubs in CT. I'm not trying to play. Let me not play CT. We got some hot nightclubs, when I'm talking about like performances and stuff, it gets very repetitive. So I was very impressed with the Brooklyn Music Kitchen, man. I feel like their equipment was fire. I feel like their sound system was fire. The guys that were there were really helpful. Shout out to my boy Late Night. He pulled up. He did the 2-hour and 45-minute drive just to DJ my fucking set. That's a real one. Mm-hmm. Nobody would do that. Mm-hmm. And I had a great time, bro. It was a vibe. And I feel like going last definitely... I think it definitely put a little bit of pressure because it's like, yo, everyone's trying to go home and I'm the last one, so I got to blow it out.
Right.
So I feel like I did as good as I feel like I did great. You know, like we've been practicing, rehearsing, and I love being on stage. I think that's my happy place. It's like free therapy. You know?
I love that. Do you have any plans like to engage your audience like through your performances? Like,
yeah, I like to talk about my love story, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk about the records before I get into them.
Mm-hmm.
Like for an example, how I broke down the EP earlier. I'll do that live. I'll give a little backstory because I want to take people on a journey. Like they're not just here listening to a next artist. Like I'm sorry, I'm different. Like
Mm-hmm.
I need to prepare y'all mentally for each record that I compose to present. So I like doing that because I feel like then it gives them more content. They can actually dig more into it versus I've been in showcases where they just pretty much just try to like in and out. You know, it's just a money grab is what I call them, right? They charge everybody and then they're like, they don't even play your whole song. They'll jump in right in the middle of your intro and then the next song they're just right into it. So there's no room to breathe. Mm-hmm. And that's like, honestly, that's those type of showcases. I don't do that because you're taking away from the artist. Like I already forgot the person that was up, the person that was next. I didn't even hear any song. And then the third person, I'm already walking out the door. Mm-hmm. Because they just all sound the same. No, I don't know who went up or who came down. And I think when you get a chance to play a real intimate vibe like the one that I did in Brooklyn, you really appreciate it. Because I was able to actually just kind of like let it all loose. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, you're the only people that actually introduced every song. You said what it was, your origin of it, and then you went into it. Everybody else was just playing them.
I tried to do it, you know, and then my other boy, I forgot his name. He was the dude with the guitar. Great guy.
Oh yeah, he started off, I think, right?
Yeah. I like what he did, and I feel like I'm gonna use it, my brother. I'm gonna use it. He asked everybody before he went on stage, like around the times we was all getting drinks and stuff. He was like, "Hey, put a word in his bucket. Put a word in his bucket. Put a word in his bucket." He didn't get to use it that night, but he was gonna take words and then like start spitting bars or singing based off those words. But what he did was he was like, "Give me a word" while he was live.
Yeah, he was doing
gave him
live.
a word,
yeah,
and then he went into it. It was fun.
Fire.
Yeah, he did really good.
I think those type of things get the people going because people want to just feel like they're a part of it. They don't want to feel like they're just stuck watching something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Late Night, who is he? What does he do for you?
So Late Night, he's my DJ. He's my brother. He's someone that I used to run a showcase in Connecticut called Wildin' Wednesdays. We used to be the only people to get a Wednesday lit on Connecticut, man. We had like 200 people the first 2 nights.
Wow.
It was 10 artists that brought 10 people, and it was just a vibe, you know? It was a vibe. And we created that free platform for artists to really just kind of develop. And I feel like a lot of people that are right now doing a lot, you know, came out of it. So Late Night was someone that when I really needed a DJ, he was there. And then after that, we just kind of grew from there. Like, that guy shows up to every rehearsal. He's even on the podcast. And he shows up to co-host if we need him. Like, those type of people we was talking about earlier that just do it because they do it.
Yes.
That's the type of person he is. You know, like, I got a few people in my corner that I could shout out. But, you know, they know who they are.
Nah, it's important to have people like that on your team.
Oh,
Nah, I'm
100%.
blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
For
hard to
sure.
find people that are on the same page as you and don't care about being the front man.
No, and
That's one of the hard parts.
Yeah, and it's always not about bread, right? Like this one time I performed, he wasn't gonna get paid, right? Like, you know, full disclosure, we help each other out. We don't expect payments. This is how it is with my inner circle, right? And for this one time I was getting paid to perform, he was there, he DJ'd, and he even stayed to help the event continue like an hour after so that they can have speakers and everything because they didn't really have it. It was a poetry night and I was a special guest. And man, shout out to the people that were putting it together. You know, they're really great people. Nadia, she definitely sat there and she sent me money and she also sent $100 to Late Night. And I'm like, man, that was nothing that we never agreed upon that. I was just going to give him some money off of what I made.
Yeah.
But she sat there and like, nah, I'm going to send him his own money. So like things like that, when you can put your people in position to make money when you making money and it just comes organically like that, that's a good feeling because that's like, it's it's worth it.
Right.
Because we got each other back. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah, one hand wash the other for sure.
Yeah, like, shout out my
Both
boy A.
hand wash the
Marquise.
face.
Like, he's the one that got me on the Heartbeat Music Fest last year and Hartford Taste. Hartford Taste is an event where all the big restaurants in downtown Hartford of the city come out and, you know, they showcase their food. People can buy food and there's live music. And, you know, you get booked, you get paid. It's all formal. And for the Heartbeat Music Festival, you know, shout out to A. Marquise, I got on Fox 61 News.
Nice.
And I got to be one of the artists and the acts that were presented for the Heartbeat Music Festival. So like I said, I'm blessed to have a group of people that, like, we all try to put each other in a position to win. You know, like, what I give them, they need, and what they give me, I need. And it's just been blessed to have that. Honestly, I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's the next step to take your music to the next level?
So my next step right now is to drop a new EP. And I wasn't really going to talk about it, but, you know, let's talk about it. Let's put some pressure on it.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
September, we dropping.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. We teasing her. It's called Teaser.
We got an exclusive?
Y'all got an exclusive
We
drop.
got an exclusive.
This is my first time I'm
y'all.
talking about it. We're going to be dropping the EP Tease Her in September. Just stay tuned.
Okay. Any special features? Anything exciting about this project we
I
can
got a
expect?
couple special features that I don't want to mention. And we got a couple things under the project. You know, I almost produced every record on this EP, so I'm really excited about that. It's
Amazing.
almost all homegrown, and it's gonna be a vibe. I think I'm ready to give people the next chapter. You know, Love Story was a specific vibe, it was a specific point in my life, and I feel like I'm over that. I feel like I'm in a happy stage. I feel like I'm in a stage where we having fun. So, you know, my music's gonna start portraying that. You know?
Okay.
We're gonna have some
love
fun.
it.
Yes.
You know?
Any videos, visuals?
Oh, we got some videos popping up. Yeah, y'all trying to get the exclusives.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a couple videos popping up. Shout out Paul Maserati. He's the guy that does all my videos and all my video work. And people criticize me like, yo, why don't you use other people? And I'm like, no, because you got to use the people that are in your corner that were there before it started jumping. So, yeah, we got some stuff coming in on the way. One thing that I could let you know is that this EP is going to be different from others because I feel like it's going to showcase a new level of professionalism. It's going to showcase new themes. It's not going to be predictable. So I'm really excited to showcase this.
Okay.
Amazing.
And you heard it here first.
Please let the people know where they can find you.
You guys can find me at Bryan Alfred Music. Yes, Alfred like Batman. That's Bryan Alfred Music on all platforms. Instagram, TikTok, all the socials. And if you guys use Spotify, Apple Music, any of the DSPs, you can look me up at Bryan Alfred. That's Bryan. Alfred, Alfred. I'm on all platforms. Listen to the new single, Paul Maserati, and Options. I dropped both of them for you. Go out there, tap on the vibes. Let me know what you think.
Please remind the people how they can find you.
Yes.
Remind 'em.
Brian, first, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
You know, for stopping by. I'm Kamey Gomez. You guys can follow me at Kamey Gomez, Kamey, on all platforms. And thank you, Franjez, as
Thank you,
well.
Franjez, for having us, man.
having us. Super
My
happy to
pleasure.
co-host. It was
My
great.
pleasure. You did great.
Thank you.
For
She-
real.
you got to get her on. 100%. I like her.
That
Listen.
was
She
good work.
Booking email in the
Ah,
bio.
she not playing.
Okay.
She not playing. I
I
love it.
like that. Thank you both for coming back on. Well, thank you for coming back on. Thank you for coming on for the first time.
Yes, I love it.
And
It was
thank you
great
to everybody that watched. Peace and love.
Let's go.